The moment the lights dimmed in Atlanta, something felt different, and fans knew it instantly. At a packed night inside Bobby Dodd Stadium, Bruno Mars delivered a performance that didn't just entertain. It sparked curiosity, debate, and a wave of viral speculation across social media. Alongside longtime collaborator Paak, Mars appeared to unveil subtle but striking changes to the Silk Sonic segment of the romantic tour, leaving thousands in attendance stunned and millions more watching clips online asking the same question. What exactly changed? The Atlanta stop, widely considered one of the most anticipated dates of the tour, quickly transformed into one of its most talked about moments. While no official announcement preceded the show, fans and industry observers noted what appeared to be a refreshed aesthetic, new wardrobe elements, adjusted stage styling, and possible tweaks to instrument setups during the Silk Sonic set. Though the changes were not explicitly confirmed by Mars' team, their impact was undeniable. The crowd reaction was immediate, intense, and, in many ways, emotional. For an artist like Bruno Mars, whose reputation is built on precision and detail, even the smallest shift carries weight. Over the years, he has cultivated a brand that blends nostalgia with innovation, drawing from funk, soul, and R&B traditions while constantly refining the live experience. In Atlanta, that philosophy seemed to evolve once again. The Silk Sonic segment, already a highlight of the tour, felt tighter, more stylized, and visually distinct, suggesting an intentional recalibration rather than a spontaneous change. Recent months have marked a significant phase in Mars' career. Following the global success of Silk Sonic and continued dominance on streaming platforms, he has leaned heavily into live performances as a way to redefine his artistic narrative. The romantic tour itself is more than a concert series. It's a curated experience, merging storytelling, fashion, and sound design into a cohesive spectacle. Atlanta's Night 8 performance now stands as a potential turning point within that narrative. Industry insiders have begun weighing in. A Los Angeles-based music producer who has worked with major touring acts described the Atlanta show as a masterclass in controlled evolution. According to him, artists at Bruno Mars' level don't make random changes mid-tour. If something shifts, it's because they're testing a new direction or responding to audience energy in real time. That sentiment is echoed by music critic Dana Whitfield, who noted in a post-show analysis that the adjustments, while subtle, reframed the Silk Sonic segment in a way that felt both familiar and new. She added, "Bruno Mars understands something many artists forget. Audiences don't just want consistency, they want progression, even within the same tour." From a cultural standpoint, the moment highlights Mars' continued influence on American pop and live performance standards. In an era dominated by digital releases and algorithm-driven hits, Bruno Mars remains one of the few artists capable of turning a single live show into a national conversation. Clips from Atlanta quickly circulated on TikTok, Instagram, and X, with fans dissecting every detail, from fabric textures in the outfits to the tone and layering of the live instruments. Some viewers speculated that the apparent gear change hinted at a deeper musical shift, possibly foreshadowing new material or a future Silk Sonic project. Others saw it as a visual upgrade designed to keep the tour fresh across multiple cities. Either way, the ambiguity has only fueled engagement, proving once again that mystery, when handled correctly, can be one of the most powerful tools in modern entertainment. What makes this moment particularly compelling is how it fits into Bruno Mars' broader artistic identity. He has always been meticulous, almost surgical, in how he presents his work. From the polished choreography to the vintage-inspired soundscapes, every element is intentional. That level of control allows him to introduce change without disrupting cohesion, a balance few artists manage successfully. Paak's role in this dynamic cannot be overlooked. Known for his charisma and versatility, he brings an unpredictable energy that complements Mars' precision. Together, they form a creative partnership that thrives on contrast, discipline and spontaneity, structure and improvisation. In Atlanta, that chemistry appeared more refined than ever, suggesting that the Silk Sonic concept continues to evolve even after its initial success. Fans who attended the show described the experience as electric and unexpected. One attendee, interviewed outside the stadium, said, You could feel it in the air. Something was different, but you couldn't immediately explain what. That's what made it exciting. Another noted, it felt like we were seeing a preview of something bigger. That sense of anticipation is crucial in today's music landscape. With audiences consuming content faster than ever, maintaining intrigue is a constant challenge. Bruno Mars, however, seems to thrive in that environment. By offering just enough change to spark conversation, without fully revealing his intentions, he keeps fans engaged, curious, and invested. From a business perspective, moments like this also reinforce Mars' value as a live performer. Tours are no longer just promotional tools. They are primary revenue streams and cultural events. By continuously enhancing the live experience, Bruno Mars ensures that each show feels unique, encouraging repeat attendance and sustained interest across markets. There's also a broader implication for the industry. As artists look for ways to differentiate themselves, the idea of evolving a tour in real time, rather than presenting a fixed set list and design, could become more common. If Atlanta is any indication, audiences are not only receptive to this approach, they actively reward it with attention and enthusiasm. Still, it's important to separate confirmed facts from speculation. As of now, there has been no official statement detailing the extent of the changes seen in Atlanta. No new instruments have been formally announced, and no wardrobe redesign has been publicly credited to a specific designer or creative team. What exists instead is a powerful combination of observation, interpretation, and reaction, a reminder that sometimes perception itself becomes part of the story. And perhaps that's exactly the point. Bruno Mars has built a career on understanding not just music, but moments. He knows how to create them, how to control them, and when to let them speak for themselves. Atlanta may not have delivered a press release or a headline-ready announcement, but it delivered something arguably more valuable: intrigue. As the romantic tour continues, all eyes will be on what comes next. Will the changes seen in Atlanta carry over to future shows? Will they expand into a more defined creative shift? Or was this a one-night experiment designed to test audience response? For now, those questions remain unanswered. What is clear, however, is that Bruno Mars is far from static. Even at a stage in his career where many artists settle into established formulas, he continues to push, refine, and reimagine. That willingness to evolve, quietly, strategically, and sometimes unexpectedly, is what keeps him at the forefront of the industry. Looking ahead, the Atlanta performance may be remembered not for what was explicitly revealed, but for what it suggested. A subtle shift, a hint of change, a reminder that with Bruno Mars, the story is never finished, it's always unfolding. And if this moment is any indication, the next chapter could arrive when fans least expect it. In the days following the Atlanta performance, the conversation has only intensified. Fans continue to revisit footage, slowing down clips and comparing earlier tour stops to pinpoint exactly what changed. This level of attention is rare, even in today's hyper-connected music culture, and it underscores the unique position Bruno Mars holds in the industry. He doesn't just perform. He creates moments that invite analysis, speculation, and emotional investment. For some industry observers, this could signal a larger strategic move. Artists like Bruno Mars don't operate randomly, said one veteran tour director. If there's even a subtle shift mid-tour, it usually connects to a bigger creative roadmap, something fans may not fully see yet. That perspective aligns with Mars' history of long-term planning, where each era is carefully constructed and gradually revealed. Meanwhile, Paak continues to amplify the energy of the Silk Sonic segment, bringing a looseness that balances Mars' precision. Together, they maintain a dynamic that feels both controlled and spontaneous, an essential ingredient in keeping live performances fresh.